Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Yemisi Ayorinde. I'm an author, a marriage and relationship mentor, a social worker, mental health and addiction counselor. I also pastor with the Redeemed Christian Church of God, a Papa family in Ibadan, Nigeria. I want to seize this opportunity to invite you to be part of my talk show tagged Family Matters on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. I'm sure you will all agree with me that when families are thriving, obviously society will thrive for it. I would therefore like you to be a part of the program every Wednesday by 2 p.m. My Facebook page is Bolajoko Yemisi Ayorinde and my YouTube channel is Yemisi Ayorinde. God bless you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Hello friends, welcome again to Family Matters this week. This is your friend Yemisi Ayorinde. This week we shall be talking about relationships. I mean the way we are socially connected to each other. Some people will tell you they don't have friends, they don't keep friends. Is that healthy? A 75-year-old Harvard study reveals that being well connected socially improves our well-being, improves our health status, and in fact it makes our brains sharper. Not only does it keep our bodies intact, but it makes our brains sharper, being socially connected. And that being socially connected, rules out loneliness from our lives and gives us longevity. So why will we not keep friends? I'm not saying have friends that are not valuable. I'm not saying have friends that have nothing good to deposit into your life. But we all need to be socially connected to enjoy life. No man is an island. We all say this. So we need friends. There's nothing you can get done on the surface of the earth without being socially connected. The other day, our son needed to do some operations to update his share certificate. And then I said to him, let's see who we know at that particular bank. And he came back very happy. That's something that relationship can do. Relationships will get things faster for you. Relationships will break protocols for you. If you're supposed to be somewhere and be on a long queue, there's no way a friend of yours will say and not say, come inside, let me help you, what can I do for you? That's what we're talking about. Children of God, we need to be socially connected. We need good friends in our lives. Now, we're going to be talking about keys for successful relationship. But before you enter into any relationship at all, there are some conditions you must meet yourself. Number one, accept yourself for who you are. If you are an extrovert, accept that is how God has created you. If you are introverted, know that is how God has, created you. Love yourself, accept yourself. Because if you don't love and accept yourself, how will any other person love and accept you? How would you even appreciate love? So there's this need for you to love yourself, accept yourself for who God has made you to be. And then dwell on your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Nobody's perfect. I keep telling us we are work in progress. I can say I am not where I was last year. And I'm sure you are not where you were last year. We are constantly upgrading, improving on ourselves. So work on your weaknesses, build on your strengths to be a good friend, even to anybody at all. People say they don't have friends. But you yourself, are you a good friend? Do you have anything to add to anybody that comes in contact with you? what do people, stand to benefit for being your friend too? People are quick to say, oh, nobody's trustworthy. You yourself, are you a trustworthy person? Do you have integrity? Before you enter into any relationship, be sure that you do not have low self-esteem. Otherwise, you just be feeling that your friend is not accepting you, your friend is condemning you. Accept yourself for who you are. And then, you do not need inferiority complex if you are going to succeed in any relationship. Some of you feel that you are a perfect person. Nobody can be as good as you. No, nobody is perfect. So for as long as you are ready to accept yourself for who you are ready to work on your weaknesses, and then, because someone has disappointed you in the past does not mean that you will now say that you are not going to relate with people again. As I told you, nobody can succeed alone. We need each other. And then, in any relationship you want to enter into, before you do, I've been talking about, things you need to take note of before you enter into any relationship at all. Be sure that you are going to help your friends to be who God wants them to be. Not that you are going to be a domineering friend. Some friends are like that. They want to just dominate you. They want to tell you what to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Because they are doing it, they just want you to do it. Those are domineering friends. Work on yourself. Ask yourself, are you a domineering person? Are you going to dominate your friends? Or you are going to allow them to be who God has destined them to be? In that relationship you're about to enter into, you must be sure that your individuality will still be intact. That your friend is not going to change you. Anyway, if you have some bad habits and we need to drop them, that is the only time that we can say, okay, my friends can work on me and make me a better person. Now, having said that, I want to start on telling us some keys to having healthy relationships. I asked us earlier on, are you a loyal person? Loyalty is very important in any relationship. Can you be relied upon? Some of us, you will sit down and say, this is how we're going to do. Before you say Jack Robinson, your friend has refused to maintain status quo. Are you going to be a friend that can be trusted? Anytime I'm talking about friendship, I always remember David in the Bible and Jonathan. Jonathan was a very valuable friend to David, and so was David to Jonathan. They loved each other despite the fact that David knew that Jonathan's father was his arch enemy, and Jonathan was not ignorant of that fact. Jonathan loved David to the extent that he was ready, to accept him as a king while he would be his second in command. Are you that loyal to your friends? Do you have that loyalty traits in you? That is when you could be anybody's good friend. That is when you can succeed in any relationship. I tell people day in, day out that people at the top, they are looking for loyal people to help. When there's a seed of disloyalty in you, nobody wants to associate with you. Can you be committed in any relationship you find yourself? Can you be trusted wholeheartedly that once you say you are in a relationship with someone, yes, your heart is there? Can you give yourself to your friend even when reward is not evident? That is where commitment comes in. And when I talk about commitment, I remember the commitment of Ruth in the Bible. Committed to the mother-in-law Naomi, knowing that nothing, visible was coming out of that relationship. But she did not just want to abandon her mother-in-law. How committed are you as a person in that relationship that you are in? The story of the paralytic man in the Bible too, and his friends, in Luke chapter 5, verse 17 to 26, is another story of commitment. His friends were so committed that their friend must receive healing. They did not mind breaking the roof to ensure healing for their friend. Another key that will make you to succeed in your relationship with people is the key of relevance. You have to keep upgrading yourself. If you have a friend that is on the move, climbing higher ladder, and you are just there, you can't be relevant with time. You have to keep upgrading yourself to stay relevant. Even in marriage, if your husband has a first degree, you have a national certificate of education, your husband goes and studies more to have a master's degree, there's a need for you to upgrade, at least to have a first degree, so that you can stay relevant in that marital relationship. And then there's this key of understanding. You have to understand your friend for who your friend is. Accept your friend for who your friend is. Can you vouch for your friend? Can you say, oh yes, you understand how your friend will react to one particular situation or the other? Can you vouch for your friend? Do you understand? Have you studied your friend so well that you can say, oh, I know my friend will do this, I know my friend will do that? Forgiveness is a very necessary key in any relationship. There's no way we can, be together and not offend each other. I mean, offenses must come, even between husband and wife, between siblings, between friends. Offenses must come. The Bible enjoins us in the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, 31 to 32, to forgive. Even when we recite the Lord's Prayer, it says, forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Do you forgive those that trespass against you? There are so many keys to having a successful relationship. Time will not permit me this week, but we will continue on this next week by the special grace of God. Remember, we need valuable friends. And remember that you must bring something to the table too. Don't just be on the receiving end. Be a good friend so that you yourself can attract good people to yourself. There's an adage, show me your friend and I'll tell you the kind of person you are. The kind of person you are, to a very large extent, will determine the kind of people that you are most likely to attract to yourself. Be a good friend. Don't be an island. You need valuable relationships. In our parish, for instance, I've had the privilege of having great men of God, my very senior pastors in ministry, coming to minister in our parish, but I've not had to write a single letter to invite them. Because of the power of relationship, I've just been picking my phone and I'll say, my father in the Lord, can you come and bless us in our parish at so and so date? My father in the Lord, my mother in the Lord, can you come? And they have been coming just because of relationship. We need to be in valuable relationships to stay healthy, to stay relevant, even for our brain to develop. Toxic relationships are not good for anybody, and nobody can survive alone. Until I come again your way next week by the very special grace of God, we shall continue on the keys to having successful relationships. Keep thriving in your relationships. Bye for now.